Hi everyone, and welcome to our third interview in the series Life Coaching Stories in Dubai. My guest today is Ghada Zakaria, the first Emirati woman to be certified as a life coach. So CPCC, ACC, NLP certified, as well as ORSC, an ORSC coach. So, Ghada, what would you like to tell us about your life before coaching and how you came to coaching?
I think coaching came to me as a progression of my natural course of life. I don't think I knew it coming. I just think everything was happening for a reason that was leading me into that direction. Because I had never heard of coaching in that sense, the way we know it today, before I got into it. I had heard of it and sort of practiced mild forms of it in corporate environment where I was working in hospitality and in retail. The coaching was more of skills oriented and in the doing part of things in the workplace, and it was confused and meshed up with mentoring, and it wasn't specifically put aside as an addition to training and development, but it sort of happened on the job. But I really truly came into coaching after getting into the training and facilitating and then doing the mentoring. And there was always this thing that made me feel there must be something else that we could pick and choose the talent of people and their strengths and really put it into being. There must be something else more than just the assessments and tests that people go through that take a side of people but that don't actually take their true essence of being and who they could possibly be. So I really stumbled into coaching as a profession on my last job in retail, where I was actually there as pure recruitment and HR role, and it was just frustrating me. It was frustrating me that I was recruiting on the basis of talent and potential, and this was not taken by the company in that way, and I felt there was more to it, to the person. I mean, I couldn't see why we couldn't hire people that actually had the talent we were looking for a specific job and the potential, and not just credentials and just experience. I mean, it's a whole package. And if you look into people and what they're capable of, it's a lot more interesting. So I stumbled through it through a friend who was with me in the job, who was resigning and following her passion. And it was the first time I hear of someone following their passion. And I got curious. And I was, in the meantime, researching, going to the States or England to pursue this new thing called coaching that had all these interesting elements about really getting to know the people and really having people work from a place of being as opposed to a place of doing and just, credentialing. And she told me, we have the center right here in Dubai. You don't need to go all the way to the States. We have it right here. And I think the first day I signed up, and after the weekend of my first fundamentals course, I wrote my resignation.
Wow.
And that was it. I didn't look back.
And who was this friend, so we can say hi to her?
This was my awesome Sabine Chachati, who is a fantastic coach in her own right.
Hi, Sabine.
Hi, Sabine. Call her my coaching angel. Yeah, she's been very pivotal in my life on various levels. She's the one who introduced me to this, and she ultimately became my coach. And I hold her in very, very high regard.
So why are you a coach? Why do you do what you do?
That's a very good question. I do what I do because I believe there's more to people than just what seems to be on the outside. Everybody has a dream. Everybody is capable of so much more. There's so much more to us than the eye meets. And oftentimes we are limited either by society or education or where we've put ourselves in our jobs or lives, or we kind of limit ourselves. So either we're limited by these external factors, or we have self-limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
I've always had a belief that there's more to people than just what seems to be. There's more to that. So why I became a coach? Because I wanted to get into this excavation, this opening Pandora's box, finding out more about the person and showing them that there's so much that can come out of them that they didn't even know they had. And what the world would be a different place if they just went with it and let it out. So that's really why. That's what tickles me.
So what types of coaching do you do? What kind of work do you do? We know that you are so many things, CPCC and ACC and NLP. How do you combine all of that together in your work?
I seem to be going into the direction of more leadership roles within people. So leadership with self, leadership in a given relationship, leadership in teams, leadership as part of setting an example and as part of taking charge and moving things forward. So this seems to be the concept, and it seems to be the attraction that I
niche.
It could be a niche. It's a place I'm working to explore and discover more. I don't particularly claim a specific niche, but it seems to be that this is where it goes. Most of the coaching I've done up until now has been with either young entrepreneurs, entrepreneur leaders, or people in the business world that have decided to take their chance on their own entrepreneurial businesses. So they've left corporate and gone into their own private entities, or created something out of nothing. So it seems to be the person that is wanting to create out of self and others and of nothing seems to attract me, and I'm attracted
like
to
pioneers.
Yeah, like new ideas, like
involved people who are brave and bold enough to
step
up and live the lives they want.
Yeah, this excites me, and
Those
I
are your
love
ideal
working
clients.
with them. It doesn't matter how old or how young they are. It doesn't matter whether they necessarily are already successful or not. It's not about that. It's about how they show up in this sense. And that excites me, their bravery, their courage to step up or to step forward or to get something. And I happen to be with them on that journey. Oh my God, you made my day. That just makes my day.
It's very rewarding.
It's amazing. And I do have a story about a person. We switched on the TV the other day, and BBC was on. And they were talking about this person, this guy basically who created greenery and basically a project of growing greens on rooftops and introducing it to his community and making people self-sufficient in that way, so that they would grow their rooftops, so it would help the environment, and at the same time it would be self-sustainable, where they can sell from their own products, and it would be
an added income
to them, or even people who have nothing, and this would bring income to them.
Yeah.
So it's a way of bringing something very positive to the community. It helps people on an individual basis, on a community basis, even economically for a country, on a country level.
Yeah.
So I remember him being one of my clients who was in the transition of leaving a big corporation and jumping into the complete unknown with an idea that was previously just an idea that he wouldn't even share because he didn't think there would be any support or from family or society or anything. And then I find him on BBC being interviewed.
Wow.
For having actually just done it.
Wow.
And I remember being with him on that journey up until, it happened. And so for me to see this is just wow.
Wow, and of course we
Yeah.
can't give away your name, Mr. Greenery Man, but
No, we can't. He's done an awesome job.
you
I'm
know who
so
you are.
proud of him.
Thank you so much. How do you make it sustainable? Any tips that you can give to the coaches up there on
I'll tell you something
Their
very
journey.
important, Bushra. When you're trusting that there is a client for you out there, and that you are the right coach for a client out there, I know it sounds a little bit, how do you call it? For some people, it might sound
woo-woo?
woo-woo, unrealistic, not practical, that doesn't bring money, that kind of thing. And I've actually tried going the way of having someone being hired to PR me or put me someplace, and it didn't connect with me. With some people it may connect, but it really depends for you as a coach what really works with you. For me, what really worked for me was word of mouth, genuine recommendation and referral. It has been extremely powerful, extremely rewarding for me in that sense. And just stepping into, when you genuinely see that the client is for you and you are for that client, you take on the client. If the client is not for you, or you don't feel that you're the right coach for the client, there's plenty of other coaches around, and you trust that as you refer this person to another coach, that someone else out there will be referring you in the same way. So I'm a firm believer of paying it forward, or feeding it forward, whichever way you see it, which is when I meet someone typically that has been referred to me, there's a click. A tip to coaches is that there's a click. You either have a chemistry between you, that you know it's someone you want to coach, and they know that they want to be coached by you. It's like any given relationship. Get in touch with that feeling. If you feel that there is something there, and it's gonna make for powerful coaching, and it'll be powerful for the coachee and powerful for you as a coach, because you get a lot of learning, a lot of beautiful nuggets. So it's two-way learning as well. It's not just you feeding, or it's a lot of learn. It's
reciprocal.
Yes, it's reciprocal. So it's important for a coaching relationship to have that. So that's my personal experience, and we all have different experiences, and I respect everybody's approach or tips or experiences, and this is what worked for me. And I was resisting it for some time, thinking, I should market, I should do this website, blah blah, and then I said, you know what, for me it's enough to send out this energy and trust the system, trust the universe, trust God, whatever you believe in, and know that you will end up being in the right places at the right time for the right people and vis-a-vis. And it's true, networking events, sometimes a dinner event or a coffee morning event, lots of sometimes courses. You just meet people. If the right person is there for you and you are the right person for somebody, it just happens.
As we were saying this morning, Einstein said, God does not play dice with the universe. Nothing is a
Nothing.
coincidence.
I don't believe anything that has built me up until now in my life, from all of the experiences I've had, whether life experience, whether educational, whether work, whether even my connections and relationships with people. It's interesting to see how it was not all random or haphazard, but it was actually made to be in a specific way to lead you to a specific direction that is best suited for you. And there's a limiting belief that people have that, by the age of 20 or 25 or whatever, you need to have achieved this and have that and be doing this in the career. And we tend to talk about late bloomers. And if you will, I'll consider myself a late bloomer. And I'm not ashamed of that. I think everything that I've been through in life has led me to be ready and ripened, if you will, to provide something or provide a service that will help people in a specific way. So,
wow, I can't think of a deeper message or a better way to end this interview. Thank you so much, Ghada.
Thank you, Busha. It's been a real pleasure.